Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for you. I say it all the time. I don't take life for granted. I don't take you for granted. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me an opportunity to have a little bit of time with you this morning. I am happy and grateful. I want you to remember that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything that your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. Okay? You're great. I want you to remember if I ask you right now, who are you? You are loved by Jehovah God. That is who you are. That is your original DNA. We are spirit with a soul wrapped in this flesh. And because of this, we are loved and we are loved. So I'm happy and I'm grateful for being able to be in the presence of people who love me, for people who are loved, and for people who are intentional to continue to give out love. Okay, it's Meal Prep Monday, and we do this every Monday. Now, this Monday is a little different. It's what we have as a national holiday. It's Independence Day. But I'm just happy and grateful that we are coming to a point where we understand that we are free in ourselves. Okay, you're free in yourself. This is the thing. We got to really get to a place where we understand who we are and whose we are. We're in a place right now where we're learning to be the best versions of us unapologetically. And in learning to be the best version of you, you have to do it through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride, because you are submitted. You are humble. You are the solution, never the problem. You are everything that your journey has purposed you to be. I'm just here to remind you this today. Okay? You are free. You don't need a day. And I'm not discrediting the day. Listen, I'm grateful for today. All right. I work for the government. So today is a day off for me. So I'm grateful for today, but I understand who I am. I understand whose I am. I understand that I am free within me. It is my decision, my choice to stay in that place of freedom. Listen, what resides in freedom? It's peace. It's joy. It's the fruits of the spirit. It is who you truly are. So it's Meal Prep Monday. I just want to remind you today, because some of us have, we have celebrated over the weekend. Some of us have, places where we're going today. Listen, if you're going to be somewhere today that maybe you're not in any other day, be intentional to be the light. How about you be intentional to be the best version of you unapologetically? All right? Bring your best. When we begin to really understand who we are, okay, we begin to walk in it in confidence, all right? You are not the negative things that people have tried to taint you with. That's not who you are. Your purpose. This is a journey that prepares us for the final destiny. I say this all the time, all right? It's Meal Prep Monday. We do this on Monday morning so that we can shift our perspective, so that we can learn how to put us in the right position and in the right place again. Understanding that it's never what we go through, but it's how we get through it. Okay? That is the whole thing. This is a fixed fight, y'all. And we've already won. So every day, you got to listen. When you can start going through your days, understanding that it is already predestined and preordained, nothing happens by chance to Jehovah God. There is nothing that's going to happen in your day-to-day that's going to be a surprise to Jehovah God. It's just a surprise to us, okay? So when we begin to trust in that, when we begin to trust that there are great things, that everything that happens in our life and our journey is purposeful, then we'll start looking at it differently. And I'm not saying that we don't go through things, all right? Anyone who knows me knows I'm in a position, I'm in a season right now, man, this new normal, trying to adjust to it, it's a challenge every moment. I can't even say that it's a challenge every day, because in a day, I go through all these different feelings and emotions. But even in this space, because we're all in a new normal, all right? if we don't have a situation that has pushed us to have to deal with us and look at us, then you look at the world. Y'all do realize that we still at war, right? Regardless if we hear about it, it just is what it is. Okay? Y'all do realize that it seems more wicked than it does great. But then you know what I also realized? I realized that all those things are also set in place to try to distract me from being the best version of me. Okay? See, we got to learn how to shift our perspective. And in doing that, we got to understand that our original DNA is who we are in spirit. This is why I say all the time, shout out to Riyadh, okay? He has embedded in me to a point, he said so much that he was supernatural that I begin to say that I'm supernatural, and now I walk in it. I believe it by faith. I am supernatural because I'm a supernatural being. I'm a spirit with a soul wrapped in flesh, and so are you. So why do I say all this today? It's Meal Prep Monday. I need for you to understand that you are the head and never the tail. You're above and not beneath. You are truly a divine revelation of love. Why are you telling me all this, Nicole? Because I need for you to be the best version of you. No one can do it but you. No one can be you but you. So let the haters hate. Let people say what they want to. Listen, if there are people around you right now that speak negativity, that speak toxic, that tell you everything that you ain't, then they ain't needing to be in your life. All right? You got to remember, even Jesus had the 3, the 12, and the 72. He sent out 2 by 2. He had the 3. He had the 3 that he knew that he could trust and could trust him. He had the 12 that he sat and he taught, that he allowed to walk close, that they learned from him. And he had the 72. He had the spectators that he would send out 2 by 2. If Jesus needed it, why do you not think that you would? See, when we start learning how to have, well, first of all, can we really understand that if I ask you who you are, that you're loved by Jehovah God? Can we believe that? And even if we don't believe it, can we understand that the creator, that your father in heaven has created you and understands that there is no sin that can separate you from the love of him? Okay? There's nothing. We got to learn how to forgive ourselves first. Okay? When we learn to forgive ourselves first, we can truly walk in who we are and whose we are. We're not perfect, but we're striving for perfection. Do you even know why you're striving for perfection? Excuse me. See, I get a little excited, all right? Because there are days that I may not believe, I may not feel like I'm everything that I'm saying, but by faith, I have to believe. And then I have to ask Jehovah God to help me with my unbelief. So I get a little excited sometimes, okay? Because I have to remind myself, because our mind, all right? Our conscious mind wants to overrule the subconscious mind. Our conscious mind wants us to remember everything that we've done wrong. But our subconscious is where we really dwell in. It's who we really are created to be. So you got to learn how to speak those things, all right? You got to learn how to take every thought captive that comes and tries to destroy you. It's Meal Prep Monday, all right? I'm just here to remind you. I'm just here to remind you of who you are. I'm here to remind you to affirm yourself. Don't look to the left and to the right for people to affirm you. Learn to affirm yourself. And when you do it in the right posture, okay? When you do it in submission and humility, okay? Not arrogance and pride, you can't help but to be the best version of you. So that when these trials and tribulations start coming, or when people try to suck you from your peace, your love, and your joy, you won't let nobody rob you from you. Listen, man, it was so much that I thought I wanted to say, but I'm realizing that it's Meal Prep Monday. And I'm just here to remind you, you're free within yourself. So keep your freedom, all right? Guard your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. All right. Somebody, you give your peace away. I promise you, whoever took it, whoever you handed it to, because I'm learning. See, I'm learning. I'm in a space where I'm learning that I give a lot away that depletes me. And if I'm not in a place, or if I'm allowing too much access to things that take from me and not pour into me, that I'm doing an injustice to me. Because life happens, things happen, all right? Things happen and it takes us off balance, it knocks us off course, it do all these different things. But if our environment's not healthy, if there's not a place where we have things pouring back in, first and foremost, you need to allow Jehovah God, Holy Spirit need to be pouring into you. That's first and foremost. That's why he was left here to lead, guide, and direct us. But then there's a natural part of it. You have to have your circle healthy, okay? I'm talking about the ones who can be brutally honest with you, but it's in love. That they can give you constructive criticism, yet cover you. I ain't talking about the ones who sit up and tell you, what you need to do, help you, and then go talk about it. I'm talking about the ones who will help you be the best version of you unapologetically, cover you, pick you up, and then even help dust you off, never having to carry or bear your cross. See, that's the kind of access that we need. All right? I need y'all to do a self-check today. I need y'all to understand that being free is being free in your mind. It's walking in peace. It's walking in love. Listen, if somebody that is in your circle drains you, overwhelms you, or angers you, then this may not be the season for them to be so close to you. Okay? Because right now we're learning to be who we are. We're learning to be the best version of us. We're understanding that the only way that we can do that and the only way we can be that is to be willing to look at us. All right? You can't control anyone but you. And you have a hard time with self-control. So why would you think that you can control someone else? You can't. So stop trying. It's going to overwhelm you. It's going to stress you out. All right? Meal prep Monday. So if you're one who had to be at work today, listen, go back in with the right mind, a clear heart, be the best version of you. I don't care where you work. I don't care what you do. Do it and operate in a spirit of excellence. And all you can do is elevate. All right? Take every place that we're in. We are in the 7th month of 2022. Man, I feel like I just said this a year ago, but 7 is the number of completion. All right? We're in the 7th month of a new year. There should be some things that we've been able to complete in our journey and our walk in ourselves. See, if we're in a space where we're keeping our eyes on us and we're trying to be the best version of us and we're doing the best that we know how to do with a posture of submission and humility, there are some things that we should be completing in our own journey that we should begin to elevate. All right? Because we are healthy, we are wealthy, and we are prosperous. That is who we've been created to be. So everything that our hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because we're understanding that we are great. Man, I hope someone catches this. But again, Meal Prep Monday, I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you that you are loved. You are loved, okay? I am so happy and grateful now that I have another day. Every day that we wake up with breath in our body, we're blessed. Every day that we wake up and we're able to move and function, we're a step ahead of the game because somebody didn't wake up today, all right? And none of us know the day or the hour. So we got to stop taking this time for granted because one thing we can't get back is time. So don't sit and get caught up in yesterday. All right? Don't get so overwhelmed in what you're planning for that you miss the moment that you're in right now. Well, Nicole, you don't know what I'm going through. Dita, don't. But guess what? You don't know what I'm going through. We all going through something, but it is a choice to decide, are we going to go through it? We're looking at it with the glass half empty or the glass half full. I tell y'all all the time, my glass is half full all the time. It's never half empty. I don't care if it's a drip left. It's half full. Why? Because I'm grateful. I'm happy and I'm grateful for every moment that I have. Listen, I lost my dad this year. He was literally supposed to be coming back to my house. He went to his house to check on Kadeja, to go in and change his clothes, to get some damp rid for me. And then he went to walk some trash out. And in walking the trash out, listen, life is like a vapor. But one thing I'm so grateful for, before that, me and my dad were in the car and we were going to a doctor's appointment, okay? And anyone who know me and Mr. Johnson, listen, Mr. Johnson like that thorn in my side, boy. But hey, vice versa. So we were sitting in the car and, you know, going to the doctor was always a struggle because we would try to, you know, I would talk to him, we get on the same page. Because y'all know when I got in the doctor's appointment, I had to, you know, spill all his dirty laundry because he gonna go in there and say everything was fine with him. So then, of course, the doctor would come to me and say, okay, so what's really going on with Mr. Johnson? And I got to spill beans. So we're talking about it. And I'm telling him what I'm going to tell Dr. V when we get there. So we're talking and he's like, you know, being him. And I was driving. So I'm holding the steering wheel and I said, ooh, you just, sometimes you just make me want to, So he looks at me all serious and he says, ditto. And we just bust out laughing. But I was telling him that I had shared with the women in the women's group that I was a part of. Like, man, Mr. Johnson, boy, he know how to work that right nerve, that good nerve. Y'all know how y'all have someone who just know how to work that good nerve. They just know how to push that button. That was him. But I told him, I said, but Dad, let me tell you. I said, I had to tell him. The moment that I don't have time with you, my time would never be long enough. And he and I were able to tell each other how we love each other. Listen, anyone who know me and my dad, and it is not taken away from anyone else. My dad had enough love in him to love everybody. He was not, you know, I don't make him a super saint because he's gone. See, that's not what we do. But his greatness was his greatness. His flaws was his flaws. But one thing that I'm appreciative of, I had a human being that walked this earth that was able to love me unconditionally, but yet still be able to acknowledge my wrong. That's deep. That's real. That's really the agape love that we have from Jehovah God. That he loves you unconditionally, yet he corrects your sin nature, because we were all born in sin. Okay? So why do I share this today? I just want to remind you, okay? Remind you, don't take this time for granted. We're learning to be the best version of us unapologetically. And the only way you can do that is to keep your eyes on you. Know your safe places so that you can learn to get naked before that, in that space, all right? Where that space will clothe you, will say, yes, Nicole, you got an issue here. What do we need to do to fix it? Let's get to the root of it, all right? We got to learn how to pull things out from the root. So when we pull the things out from the root within us, then we can allow the Holy Spirit to pour back in and fill us up until we overflow, all right? Because the design of us, you do realize that the 12, the ones that are around you, that they're supposed to suck and sip off your overflow. You were never created to be sucked out. Whew, Lord. Listen, y'all gonna have me on here. I'ma stop right there. I'ma stop right there. Listen, I'm here to remind you, all right? I just want to remind you that you are great, that you're a spirit with a soul wrapped in flesh. And because you're spirit being, that's your original DNA, you can't help but to be great. Sorry, it just is what it is. And no one can be you but you. So you don't have to carry, you don't have to try to stunt for the gram. You don't have to do none of that because you are great in and of yourself. All right? Continue to affirm yourself. Stay focused, stay humble, stay positive, and just continue to be the best version of you because no one can do it better than you can. All right? So I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.